Wow, today's a headline. Little Fish and her boyfriend are making a living robbing people. How wild is that? They always aim their guns at people's heads, asking for all their cash. What professionals? Subtitle: Today, her boyfriend gets all the sales, but Little Fish notices the safe behind the uncle like finding treasure. She demands the uncle hand over everything, but he seems completely unfazed, even says something weird. Little Fish, dizzy with greed, has no time to think about what he just said. Uncle hesitates to open the safe, so Little Fish just pulls the trigger like it's a game. But little did she know, that shot would pull her into a deadly game. Cut to the next scene. A woman named Little May appears in the woods, wandering around for days and nights, totally worn out. Just when she was about to give up hope, she spots a little cabin not far away, like finding a gold mine. Little May doesn't hesitate and pushes the door open, only to find a deserted room with a vintage radio. There's just a backpack and a big bed. Thankfully, the backpack still has some cereal to keep her going. Just then, a man with an axe walks in, scaring Little May so much she hides under the bed. After the man takes some stuff and leaves, Little May rushes out, thinking, who knows what that guy is doing out in these woods? Probably too nervous. Little May doesn't run far before she crashes right into a man and tumbles down. The man doesn't seem bad at all. He even kindly picks up her shoe. Seeing she's shaken, he jokes, "Oh, looks like you often steal things, huh?" He offers to help her bandage her wounds. Little May feels nervous but decides to play it cool. Once back indoors, Little May admits she hasn't eaten in days, and her car is out of gas on the roadside. Her husband left for help and hasn't come back. She really didn't want to cause trouble out of hunger. The man introduces himself as a moo, passing through just like her, and ended up here after his car rolled into a ditch. What's odd is he's been searching for days and keeps circling the cabin. It's like he's caught in a ghost maze. He had thought he could seek help via radio, but found out there was no signal at all. Plus, once night hits, the temp drops to -5. It's so cold you won't make it till morning. This freaks Little May out. What if her husband is gone? She pulls out the cigarette to calm her nerves, and the moo sees it and says, "Hey, you have fire. Mind if I borrow it?" Little May hands him the matches without hesitation, only for Moo to realize, "Wait, how did you make it through the night?" She replies that she has a blanket in her car. That's how she made it through some nights. Clever Moo immediately says, "Hell, go get the blanket so nights will be more bearable." So they quickly reach Little May's car, and Moo tries to spark it up a few times. Sadly, just as Little May said, it won't start. Upon closer inspection, it doesn't even make a peep. Little May feels embarrassed. She didn't know anything about cars when she bought it. What a newbie. Just the other day, I got my driver's license, and when I looked at new cars, I realized my budget was way off. A friend told me I could only afford a used car. The savvy me did some research and ended up scoring a deal on Gwazi second-hand cars. I got a BMW for just 66k, plus Gwazi provides official inspections, warranty, and compensation for every car. No worries. So, when buying a used car, Gwazi has got you covered. Moo and Little May head back to the cabin with a blanket and mention there's still some gas in the car. Maybe tomorrow they can siphon it out. They plan to pour it into Little May's car to make their escape. Cut to the next day, and Moo has already set off to get the gas. Little May, pregnant, stayed in the cabin. Suddenly, there's a big bang. She rushes to the door and sees what's happening. To her surprise, it's a girl who collapsed at the door. Little May doesn't hesitate and drags her inside to warm up. But when the girl wakes up, she thinks Little May's a wilderness killer. Oh boy, things just got complicated. Subtitles: She demands to know where her boyfriend Kevin has gone, yet Little May is completely unable to answer. At that moment, Moo is returning with 2 jugs of gasoline when suddenly, a shot rings out through the wood. The noise startles Moo so much he spills 1 jug of gas, and he shouts, "Who's in the woods?" The girl suddenly turns back, realizing she can't make it out after all, so she heads back to the cabin, thinking they can't just sit around. So they start getting to know each other, and just then, Moo kicks the door open. The girl jumps up and introduces herself as Little Fish, just as lost and confused as they are. Meanwhile, Moo doesn't pay much attention to Little Fish, casually mentioning they are out of gas and finds Little May a pair of shoes. At night, Little Fish watches Amu board up the door with nails, growing scared and urging Amu to let her go. Are they really killers in disguise? But Amu reminds them the temperature outside will drop to -5. If you want to freeze to death out there, let her go now. Surprisingly, Little Fish gives in. After all, freezing to death is no fun. When Little Fish finally wakes from her nightmare, Amu has already gone searching for a way out. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.